I just told them a story when we talked about standards for internet and standards for movies in our own home. And I said, guys, there was a story, and this happened in Europe years and years ago. There was a home near a cliff. You know how Europe has some of those cliffs that go down to the beach? There was a home, and it had a flat backyard and then a slant down to the cliff. The previous owner put the back gate where the flat part was, not on the slanted part that went down to the cliff, even though it was their property. They put the gate on the flat part and the kids would play in a smaller area. When the father grew old and gave the property to his son with 2 boys, the dad said, I want a bigger yard, so he moved the fence down the yard toward the cliff, even though there was a slant. He said, Dad, my father was too strict, too legalistic with that property. I'm gonna move the fence down. And then later when the boys got older, 12 and 13, he moved it down almost to the cliff, okay? So one day his boys are playing in the backyard and they're racing down the yard to the fence where the slope was. They were running too fast, and when they hit the fence, they went over the fence and fell to their death. Why? Because he moved the fence all the way down to the edge of the cliff. He grieved over that. And his father said, son, that's why I kept the fence up here. So I asked my kids, where should he have put the fence? Because you can argue halfway up the slope, only on the flat part, where do you put the fence? And I said, as a dad, I have to put the fence somewhere. There can't be no fence, because then you go over the cliff. And I don't want to put the fence right next to the cliff, so where do I put the fence? And then I said, okay, for our family, we're gonna say, no movies in our home that take the Lord's name in vain, right? And they were like, okay. Why? Because I don't want to hear that in my own home and dishonor the Lord, and then you accidentally start saying it because you're exposed to it so much. On their phones, we agreed I'm gonna put a parental limit of the things that they can see on their phones. When they go to YouTube, when they go to Facebook, you know, there's a limit. And I said, because, do you understand, for your protection, spiritual and mental protection, I have to put a fence somewhere because there is a cliff, right? When they understood that, and they understood I'm doing that out of love, not just to be mean or prevent them from having a good time, then they embraced it, right? Because I'm going after their heart first. And I'm loving them and they see that. Then wherever I do put the fence, so far they're abiding by it.